Keeping perspective. My houseplants help me keep perspective. Just like everybody else, sometimes the little things turn into big things, and we all feel like the sky might fall. The what-ifs get bigger and louder. When I'm struggling to keep things in perspective, I find that considering our ancient history can be helpful. Quite a leap there, you think? Well, 3 plants in particular aid my thinking. This is my Thanksgiving cactus. It's about 33 years old and was originally grown from a cutting of a much older plant by my great-aunt. My sister recently gave me this aspidistra. She had divided it from a plant that was my grandmother's. It was kept in the garden for a while, so has been nibbled by bugs. I remember this plant growing up. You might laugh at this one. It's a jade cutting. While in Scotland last summer, my aunt cut a piece off her plant and potted it up for me. The original plant was her mother's. I didn't expect the cutting to live, but I love that it is growing new leaves further down its stem. I'm considering whether I can make this into a jade bonsai garden. The history of these 3 plants reminds me that I am the product today of the strength and awesomeness of many people before me, all with their own struggles, losses of perspective, and proverbial mountains to climb. Having plants alive in my living room, which originally came from members of my family whom I've never met, is amazing to me. It leads me to think that those people cared for these plants and influenced and shaped the relatives I do know, and consequently they shape me too. I've been reading Blood of the Isles by Brian Sykes, who says that the DNA of all modern humans can be traced back to 7 women. This idea blows my mind. More than that, this is where the perspective comes in. In trying to keep this in mind, I realise that my female ancestors have survived through all ages of human history. That means all the good and the bad parts, through wars, industrialisation, climate change, revolutions, enlightenments, migrations, everything. Their lives and survival mean that I am alive here today, and being the product of so many awesome people makes me think that I can survive anything, just like you can. This is not to say that thinking of plants in this way fixes all my perspective and anxiety troubles. Some days it's harder than others. Some days, as my sister said to me while discussing this post, all I can do is just stare at my plants. She's right. However, building up tools to use and focusing on our awesomeness when we are feeling like things are too much can really help.